Hello dear students, myself Chetna Kalani, your English teacher. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In our previous videos, we have learned Unit number 3, Read 1 of Standard 12, English, Gujarat State, Manage Your Stress, Exercise Part 1. Today we are learning its exercise Part 2. We have seen that our mind, emotions, and body are closely interlinked and always work together, and man's mental capacities are his abilities to concentrate, to take in new information, to remember old and new information, and to be in position to think logically. We have also discussed different exercises to deal with mental stress. They are stop overthinking, screen exercise, self hypnosis, and anticipating success. We have also discussed the true false that can be asked into the exam from this unit, and we have also discussed the nearest meanings from this unit. Now, today we are discussing the another part of our exercise, that is, read the extract and answer the questions. Our first paragraph, which is given over here, is mind, emotions, and body are closely interlinked and always work together. It helps you distinguish them more clearly if you try to understand them separately. Your mental capacities are your abilities to concentrate, to take in new information, to remember old and new information, and to be in a position to think logically. Now, our question is, what are closely related? How do they work? Question is, what are closely related and how do they work? So, your answer can be like this: mind, emotions, and body are all closely interlinked and they always work together. Next question: what do you mean by mental abilities? It can mean our mental capacity to concentrate, to take in new information, to remember old and new information, and to be in a position to think logically. I am repeating the answer. Our mental capacities are our abilities to concentrate, to take in new information, to remember old and new information, and to be in a position to think logically. Now come on to the next paragraph. The mind is the rational logical part of you that helps you to make unemotional choices, to store and retrieve information, and to order and calculate. It is the counterpart of to the emotions. A good example of the interaction between mind and emotion is examiners. Your mental capacity has helped you to retain what you have revised. You know your stuff, but when you enter the exam room and start getting emotional by expecting difficulties and imagining failure, all of a sudden the carefully stored information is no longer available. The question from this paragraph is, what is our mind according to the writer? What is our mind according to the writer? According to the writer, our mind is the rational, logical part of us that helps us to make unemotional choices, to store and retrieve information, and to order and calculate. Next question. How do emotions sometimes fail our mental capacities? So, your answer is here. When emotions have taken you over, when emotions have taken you over, it becomes nearly impossible to think clearly. Then it becomes very easy to make unwise decisions or to agree to something which is not to your advantage. Which is not to your advantage. Next paragraph. Nobody is perfect. And who wants to nobody? Mistakes are okay. Delete the phrase I can't from your vocabulary. It isn't constructive and blocks your view of possible solutions. The questions from this paragraph are this: is everyone likely to make mistake? So your answer can be yes. Everyone is likely to make mistakes. Next question. What is constructive? The phrase I can. The phrase I can is constructive. Next paragraph. In order to have the maximum energy available at the start of a busy day, use I have no expectations and I will deal with whatever happens when it happens as a form of mantra. You will notice how your body starts relaxing at the thought of no expectations. This relaxation tells you that you have just stopped yourself from wasting valuable energy. You will feel calmer mentally and emotionally as a consequence. Your questions are here. What mantra should be followed from for maximum energy? So, for maximum energy, one should follow the mantra I have no expectations and I will deal with whatever happens when it happens. Second question. How will one feel as a result of mantra? As a result of mantra following, one will feel calmer mentally and emotionally. One will feel calmer mentally and emotionally as a result of the mantra. Next, when life becomes too hectic, we can end up feeling mentally tied in knots. Nothing seems easy and positive. Pessimism sets in. We cannot see a way out of our current problems. We can open a source of optimism with the technique of anticipating success. What happens when life becomes too hectic? When life becomes too hectic, we feel mentally tied in knots. Second question. Which things show us the way out of our current problems? Only optimism. Only optimism shows us the way of our current problems. Next paragraph. When emotions have taken you over, it becomes nearly impossible to think clearly. Then it becomes very easy to make unwise decisions or to agree to something which is not to your advantage. The screen exercise shows you how to step back and emotionally detach yourself from your current situation so that you can see more clearly what is going on. What is the problem when emotions have taken you over? So, our answer is like this: when emotions have taken over, is unable to think clearly and take right decision. It is unable to think clearly and take right decision. Next, what shows the way how to step back and detach oneself from problem emotionally. The screen exercise shows you how to step back and emotionally detach yourself from the problem. So, we have discussed this paragraph. Last paragraph, make sure you don't get all tangled up in consideration about how the situation will resolve itself. It will look after itself as long as you keep your aim firmly in mind. If you stay focused on a positive outcome, you can think more clearly and you will make better decisions, which will eventually lead to the desired result. The question is, make sure you don't get tangled up in the consideration about how the situation will resolve itself. What do you understand by the underlined word? By the underlined word, it means to be trapped or confused. To be trapped or confused. Next question. What should one do to be able to think clearly and take better decisions? To be able to think clearly and take better decisions, one should stay focused on positive outcome. One should stay focused on positive outcome. Next, here is very important short note which can be asked into your board exam. So prepare it well. The title of your short note is Strengthening Mental Flexibility. You read, prepare and write it down into your notebooks. We have discussed nearest meaning, true, false, extract their question answers and short note over here. Now we will meet in our next video. Thank you so much. Read the lesson very well and prepare it for your test and exam. Thank you so much.